Hey guys, today on the bench we've got this beautiful Ibanez to restring, but before we get started, I want to let you guys know we're thinking about starting channel memberships. If any of you guys want to become a member, put it down in the chat. Let me know if any of you guys are interested in that. And it's just pretty much like a Patreon account. You can be a member for as little as $3 a month. So if you guys agree to be a channel member, when I do the live streams every month or so, I do a live stream, and it will give you a custom badge when I do the live stream, and special emojis and different things like that. So I'd really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, let's get started on this guitar. Okay, the Ibanez Stanley, made in China, really fun guitar. This looks to be like a, you don't feel the little, like if it was a broken mirror, you'd feel the little edges. There's no edges or anything on it that you're going to feel. It's some sort of a laminated top on here. It's got really cool binding all the way around. Good looking guitar. It's got Paul Stanley up here in the, what is that, 17th fret. I played, this guitar was in yesterday, and I sat around and, because I've never seen one, I sat around and played this thing for a while. And it's tuned a half step down, but it just doesn't sound like it's intonated. So with the old strings on here, I'm going to see if I can make any adjustments to try to get it to intonate a little bit better. Just like you hit a chord and it sounds out of tune, even though your tuner says, oh yeah, it's in tune. Okay, so your low E string, half step down, hold it on the 12th fret, hit it again, and it's flat. So that's settled. I'm going to move forward a little bit. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through this whole process here. Ooh, a lot of dirt under that one. Paul Stanley. He's a rock star. We all know him. I like the commercial when he's like, stop calling everybody at work a rock star. You guys aren't rock stars. Right? You guys seen that commercial? Okay, let me go ahead and snug the tuners down. Alright, so I'm going to get in here on this nut. And like I've said, I played this guitar all day yesterday. And I noticed that the strings wasn't really moving through the nut very well. So I've got some Music Nomad nut files. And I'm just going to really lightly, and these are numbered and everything. So here's my 46. Okay, and I can see part of this plastic nut is all over the place. So in an effort to get the string to move through the nut and not get caught up, I'm just going to real lightly, and to bring it down a little bit, I'm just going to real lightly run this through here a couple of times, holding it at an angle. Because you want the string to be right on this edge. You don't want the string to be way down over here where it's flopping around inside that nut. You want it to be just on the edge of the nut right there. So this is just an effort to try to get that string to lay down in there better. And to be able to move around. This one's a 36. You can get these at Music Nomad. I'm not trying to take a bunch of the material off. Just trying to smooth it out a little bit. Okay, this one is the 28. Yeah, I've seen Kiss twice in my life. I saw the, when they didn't have makeup on, probably, what was that, mid to late 80s, and they had that song, Heaven's on Fire. Yeah, and then I also saw them on the reunion tour of '96. But I'm a big Kiss fan. This song, Christine 16, cracks me up. Yeah, I like the first 3 albums the best. Okay, this one has a 13 on it. And again, this is just an effort to get the string to travel through the nut easier. Okay, and then this one has a 10 on it. Okay. Alright. Alright, so yeah, just that. Maybe that'll help. Music Nomad F1 oil. Just gonna clean this fretboard a little bit. Okay. So it looks like we have an ebony fretboard. But you'd never know what these fretboards are made out of nowadays. They take all kinds of cheap lumber. Over there, the Chinese stuff, they take all kinds of cheap lumber and they stain it. They do all kinds of things to get it nice and black like this. Now it could be a piece of ebony, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head here. Don't know if it actually really is. But, you know, just from looking at it here, looks pretty quality. It's got the nice binding up. The fret ends feel great on it. It is an Ibanez product. Today's string choice. Today's string choice. Super Slinky 9 through 42s. Set that tailpiece back into position. Yeah, and again, because we worked on that nut just a little bit, hopefully these strings will travel through there really nicely now. Our A string is a 32 gauge. The customer that dropped this off for the restring, this is a customer's guitar. They asked me if I thought I should change pickups and stuff, and I was like, no, I don't think you should. Ibanez knows what they're doing. Alright, our G string is a 16 gauge. Eddie Van Halen played a 15 gauge. Alright, here we go. This is a great looking guitar. I would love to own this thing, but I'm not really in the business of owning guitars. I have to sell everything, so it's kind of sad. The guitars that I end up collecting are all the old stuff that doesn't really sell, right? You guys all know my BC Rich collection. Yeah, I got a lot of those old sort of crappy BC Riches that I kind of consider to be my collection. You know, Paul Stanley used to play BC Rich guitars all the time. Yeah, it's Saturday today and my store is super busy, so it's kind of hard. I'm multitasking. I'm trying to make a video at the same time I got tons of customers in. Okay, and then finally our high E string is a 9 gauge. So these strings, let's do this real quick. Let me grab my tape measure. So scale length of this beautiful guitar, 25.5, so it is a Fender scale length, so 9 gauge strings sound good on here. That's kind of what you want to go with. 9 gauge tuned to half step down. They're going to be a little flimsy under your finger, but honestly I love that, I love that feel. I love 9 gauge half step down. 10 gauge would be good. Yeah, so string height is still kind of high, a little bit high on it. Alright, let's take a look at the neck and see if she's nice and straight. So I have a notched straight edge, and since this is a long scale guitar, it says long guitar scale right there, you set this down on here and it lays right directly on the fingerboard, and then you can kind of see if we got a gap under it to kind of see if the neck looks nice and straight. And even by using this little fret guard, I can stick it underneath here and you can see that it goes underneath there. So there's kind of a lot of neck relief in this. So we're going to tighten the truss rod a little, so got to take this truss rod cover off. Okay, we'll go ahead and get these string ends off of here. Make it easier to get into this truss rod cover. Lot of compound in there. This is all just buffing compound that's stuck in there. Alright, so we're just going to tighten this thing up. So let's see if we can... There it goes. Okay. Okay, that kind of feels like the center spot of the truss rod. Okay. Dual action truss rod, so if you loosen it a lot, it'll kind of bring the neck back. There it feels like it's right in the center because it's really not grabbing anything. Okay. Sometimes it's a good idea to get the strings out of the way. Okay, it's starting to grab a little bit now. Alright, so let's look at it now. Oh yeah, that's nice and flat with a little tiny bit of back bow right here. So I should have my feeler gauge out, but I'm just going to use this. And so if it slides under there, it kind of, not really, but just a little tiny bit of back bow. I think that's going to be perfect for string height. I'm going to clean on that a little bit, because why not? I'm already in here. Just going to put a little bit of Windex on my rag here. And let's just get some of that. It's polishing compound. Get some of that out of there. It's annoying. Not a big deal. Get it out of there. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and I adjusted the bridge a little bit as far as its height. I went ahead and I had to take the truss rod cover back and loosen the truss rod a little. I had it too tight. It was fretting out a little bit. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries to get things just right. super fun guitar. I've really enjoyed having this thing in the shop for the last 2 days. Paul Stanley's signature Ibanez. Thank you guys for watching all that stuff. Oh, you know what? I got one more to show you. If we're talking about Paul Stanley, I got this thing too. It's the Lion by Washburn. But this is the Paul Stanley model. Apparently that's a signature right there. So yeah, just a weird guitar that's laying around. Very low dollar little Lion, but this is in the store too. So there you guys go. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and do all that stuff. Think about becoming a member. I do have Patreon. I do have a really cool Amazon affiliate link. If you go on Amazon to get anything from vitamins to dog food, I can make a few pennies on that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great day. Go buy a guitar.